Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with the next review of the Terror in the Aisles challenge. This time, Jason and I watched The Fly. Help me. The Fly is a 1958 horror film starring Vincent Price, and scenes from it are featured in Terror in the Aisles. This here, as you can see, is my Fox double feature DVD with The Fly and Return of the Fly, the sequel. A woman named Helene calls her brother-in-law, Francois, played by Vincent Price, to inform him that she has killed her husband, Francois's brother, Andre. Francois can't believe it. He always believed Andre and Helene to be happily married. The two also have a son, Philippe. Francois calls his inspector friend, and the two rush over to Helene's house. Downstairs in the basement is Andre's laboratory. He was a scientist, and that's where he completed his experiments. That's also where Helene killed him, by crushing him under a hydraulic press. Francois and the inspector check out the crime scene, and sure enough, there are Andre's remains, splattered underneath the press. The inspector believes Helene must have gone insane, but Francois, who is also in love with his dead brother's wife, thinks there must be another explanation. And so the two begin questioning Helene as she recounts what has happened in the days leading up to her husband's death. Andre had been experimenting with a teleportation device. It worked with inanimate objects, but when he tried teleporting their pet cat, the cat never returned. After tweaking the machine a bit, Andre tried again, this time with himself. But a housefly managed to enter the device at the same time. Somehow, Andre and the fly traded genes, not denim, genetic material. This left Andre as half man, half fly. It also left the fly as half fly, half Andre. Andre's body had the head of a fly, and somehow still his mind. The fly's body had Andre's head, and somehow still his fear. All of this and more became Helene's alibi for the murder of her husband. I don't want to describe everything, so I'll leave it at that. What a great movie this is. I've always been a huge fan of Cronenberg's '86 remake of The Fly, and that's the one I revisit most often. But this 1958 original is literally just as good. There's a certain scene in this version that has always scared my wife. She remembers watching it when she was young and being completely terrified by it. Trust me, it makes sense if you see it. Vincent Price is awesome as always as Francois. The look of both flies, the man-sized one and the fly-sized one, is impressive. The hydraulic press kill is actually quite brutal for a 50s film. And the ending is pretty dark. The Fly, as I said, is a really good movie. And so is the remake, my obvious, relatable recommendation. The Fly is a 1986 remake, directed by David Cronenberg, which I already mentioned. This one stars Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis. It has way more body horror. After all, it's Cronenberg. It also has a lot of heart. The Fly is not just a great remake, but in my opinion, it's one of the best horror remakes. This Fox double feature DVD includes The Fly remake and The Fly 2, which is the sequel to the remake, and also a remake of Return of the Fly. And clearly these two double feature DVDs go together nicely. But have you seen the original 1958 version of The Fly? If so, what do you think of it? Comment below and let me know. And please be sure to check out Jason's review. Help me continue doing what I'm doing by watching the next review in the Terror in the Isles Challenge, coming soon. Until then, thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind. Subscribe.